Casey Massacre says she was falsely arrested after ex-boyfriend Daniel Peralta told police she assaulted him.
Order. All rise. It's case number 116 on the calendar, the matter of Massacre versus Peralta.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Ms. Massacre, the defendant is your ex-boyfriend, and you lived together, I assume, for a period of time. And while you were living together, you had a fight.
Yes.
Right? What were you fighting about?
We were fighting about finances predominantly.
How long did you live together?
We lived together for about a year at this point, pretty much exactly a year on the dot.
And on what date did you have this fight about finances?
February 6th, Your Honor.
Was the fight about him not contributing enough, you not contributing enough?
It was about
overspending?
me not contributing enough monetarily.
Okay. Were you working?
I am.
Were you then?
Yes, I was.
Were you sharing the bills?
We were sharing the portion of rent that we paid. I paid a very minimal amount.
And he thought you should be paying more?
He thought that I should be paying more, yes.
Okay. And that's what the fight was about?
Exactly.
Okay. And the fight escalated into something more physical?
Yes.
As a result of the fight escalating into something more physical, the police were called. Who called them?
I called them.
That's not true. Sorry.
Who called the police?
I called them. I'm not sure if he called them as well, but I called them.
You both called them?
Yes. And when
Just a second.
Okay.
And the police arrived and you were arrested?
Yes.
And that's what you're suing him for. You're suing him for having you falsely arrested?
Yes.
So now we're going to get to the physical end of this confrontation.
This kerfuffle?
Yes, we're going to come to the physical part of this and find out whether or not, since you both called the police, which I assume you did as well,
yes,
correct? That he said something that was false that caused you to be arrested, okay?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I may let you speak because domestic arguments sometimes get out of hand. Had you ever had a domestic argument that got out of hand before?
Yes, we had.
And had the police ever been called previously to your house as a result of a domestic argument that got out of hand? That's either a yes or a no.
Sorry.
Did the police come to this house or a different residence?
They came to this house.
How much prior to February 6th had they been to the house?
It was merely a month or so. Well, not merely, but it was about a month.
Was
or so.
anyone arrested at that time?
No, he left prior to the
Just a
police
second.
coming.
No one was arrested?
No one, sorry.
Now, during the course of this physical altercation, an argument about rent, did he put his hands on you?
No.
During the course of this physical altercation, did you put your hands on him?
Absolutely not.
Did you bite him?
No.
So there was no physical contact whatsoever between the two of you?
No.
Do you have a police report?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Would you like the detailed one, or would you like the... I'll give you both.
I want the police reports. You acknowledge, Miss Massacre, that you threw an object at Mr. Peralta.
No.
Now,
I threw an apple at the door.
No.
Which he was in front of,
You
cornering me in
said...
the bed.
Well, that's not what the investigation reports. The investigation reports, I arrived at the scene, I activated my department, talked with Casey Massacre, and this was her pre-admonished statement. Massacre stated she threw an apple at Peralta and used a lamp to separate her from him. Massacre said the incident was never physical. Officer Desario informed me Peralta had multiple skin abrasions on his body. Peralta stated those scratches and abrasions were caused by Massacre scratching him with her nails. Massacre did have visible abrasion on her left knuckle, but did not have any flesh under her nails. Based upon Peralta's visible injury, I believe, according to the police officer, that Massacre was the dominant aggressor and placed her under arrest for domestic violence.